This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and last night I did something I usually don't do. I went through some Amber Defenders Twitter feeds and wanted to take a look at what they were saying, and you know what? I found this audio to be pretty interesting. If you remember, there was an interior designer named Laura DeVenray. If I'm saying that right, I'm not very concerned if I am or not. But anyway, she was an interior designer who said she did not see any physical injury on Amber, but then she kind of changed her mind and said that Adam Waldman made her say it. So let's get into that, and I got a little audio clip for you guys to play, but first, here's the article. In the conversation that was played to the High Court on Friday, Miss DeVerne called Waldman the biggest a-hole under the sun after he asked her to abandon Heard's version of the contentious fight. And then they go on to say that in London's High Court, there was a text that was read aloud from Miss DeVerne, who was strongly urged to cooperate with Depp's legal team or be forced to be subpoenaed. And at the trial, Mr. Vernet even conceded she had come under enormous pressure from Waldman to provide her statement, which she said she had not even written herself. In one section of her statement, referring to the incidents of May 2016, Mr. Vernet claims, on none of those days immediately following the abuse claims did I observe any signs of physical abuse or injury, including any redness, swelling, cuts, bruising, or damage of any kind. That was what she said, but the implication is that Adam Waldman wrote it and made her say it. Which is, of course, something that happens all the time in court cases, isn't it? I would guess not. Let's see what else they got, though. She added, Mr. Waldman wrote the declaration, I just approved it and signed it. Miss Wass asked Mr. Verna, I suggest that you felt pressured by Mr. Waldman to say things that were unfavorable about Miss Heard. Mr. Verna replied, yes. When asked about allegations she made about Heard having an affair with James Franco and Elon Musk while she was still married to Depp, Mr. Verna said, I did not feel pressure to say something about that. When asked about another section of her statement, which refers to Heard having spent a night in jail for attacking her former wife, Mr. Verna said, that was Mr. Waldman. I didn't know about that until he told me. Well, it doesn't matter what you know. The fact is, she did it, and hopefully as many people will know as possible, because that's very important. A text message from Mr. Waldman to Mr. Verne was also read out in court, in which he asked her if she wants to remain on the side of the hoax or the truth, which is a pretty fair question, because most likely it's a pretty big hoax, and the truth is on one side, and the hoax is on the other side. So I don't see any foul play there. And it continues. Miss Wass asked her, prior to this, did you want to become involved as a witness between Miss Heard and Mr. Depp? As a result of this text, did you feel uncomfortable, put under pressure? Well, no shit, she didn't want to be a witness. Who does want to be a witness in these big celebrity cases where there's pressure on you no matter what you do? Okay, let's check out the audio.
He directly contacted me. He called me on the phone, and then I just didn't pick up. And then the next night, he literally texted me. And so that's when I said, I just kind of pled like, I don't know anything. That wasn't a part of their life that I was exposed to or anything along those lines. I said, I knew that it was a difficult relationship at best. But I was peripheral. And so anyway, he was just like, and I said, and I know that summer was the summer that I was planning this big trip to go to Africa. So I wasn't even there that summer. And in my mind, I wasn't. It's been 4 years. So I didn't know anything. And then I got a text from him at like 3:00 in the morning, basically calling me a liar and literally saying, well, then you are just part of Amber's conspiratorial group. I mean, this guy is the biggest ass under the sun. I don't know how you're dealing with this, because I've been shaken like for days on this. According to him.
And one point to remember is that Adam Waldman literally texted her, as opposed to texting her in what other way beside literally. He also literally said a few things, as opposed to not literally saying them. So I'm literally making this video right now, and if you could please literally leave a comment below, that would be helpful. I don't know. I find the whole thing slightly unbelievable. They'll have to prove this in some way, shape, or form, and I'm not sure exactly how they will. But then again, it doesn't even seem so unreasonable to ask if you want to be on the side of the truth or a hoax. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here and you don't subscribe here, I guess I'll be sad. But I'll get over it. We're done for now. See you next time.